Hello, it's Keith. It's November 12th, Thursday. Tomorrow is November 13th, Friday the 13th. So, a few things I'm going to talk about today. Some of you aren't going to like, others might. I'm coming out of the shadows, so to speak, and just giving you a view of what I see. Again, I can't stress this enough, and I've said this in many videos. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here to beat you over the head with a belief. Matter of fact, I try to look at things as neutral as possible. I'm not coming here with an agenda. It's just what I see, and through what I see, I talk about. So you take it for what it's worth. That's it. And I've talked about this last almost 2 years about finding ourselves. This is also good. It's healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul, about going inside and digging deep and finding our peace and finding our true selves and getting grounded. Because we are in times now where things are getting very rocky, and it's important to have a base. And I say this, and I've said this, I'll repeat again, when we have our true base and we know who we truly are, then everything in life outside of us, all externally, can buffet us around and it can affect us, but it doesn't knock us completely off our game. And I've said this too, I was like this in my own life. Oh, the next house, the next car, the next relationship, the next woman I meet, then everything's going to be fine. So it doesn't work that way. If we're always constantly looking at something to be at peace or that'll complete us, you'll be chasing an endless chase. You'll be chasing your tail. And the same goes with, which I've talked about, ideology, things we believe in. It's good to believe in things, yes, but it's also good to have your eyes wide open and to have knowing who you truly are and relying on your gut, because then any leaders, any sort of agendas, any sort of ideology, if it falls apart in front of you, it may knock you off, but it's not going to ruin your life. There's a lot of people that cling so hard to certain things. So I've been saying this for a long time for many reasons. And practical, but now we are going into an awakening. I'm going to say a few things. This comes from, yes, some metaphysical things that I've been doing, but also from what, as I research, and it's from my perspective. I don't rely on news sources, and if you do a little bit of digging, you'll see what's really going on out here. Okay, here we go. Biden is not going to be president. He's not going to be president. Election fraud is just starting to come out, and it's not just local poll places destroying ballots. This is rampant on a massive scale, and it's going to start coming out. So you don't have to take my word for it. You just sit back and you will see. The lawsuits are going, and it has to do with the election system. Quite frankly, the election system has been rigged for decades. We haven't really truly had a vote. And that's another tangent I won't go into right now. But once the election fraud comes out, and we're seeing how the massive fraud in all states are coming out and run by the Democratic Party, people of the Democratic Party, this whole house of cards is going to fall. All right? If you do any digging right now, it's statistically and mathematically impossible in certain states to have the counts that they're having. They have more ballots counted than registered voters. This is things you can go out and look up on your own. But my point is, you just sit and wait. Now, what else is going to happen most likely is a lot of this voter fraud and things that have been perpetuated on us as the American people has been collaborated with some foreign entities. So that's colluding with a foreign entity, which are words that I've repeated in the past. And those insurrection, treason, and sedition. When this stuff comes out, this is exactly what's going to happen. Tampering with the election is not only a constitutional process, but it is national security. So there's a narrative being pushed here by many in the media, by leaders, about that President Biden is the President-elect Biden is the president. That's not going to happen. And what's going to happen is, because this is pushed so much, being a national security concern, there's going to be a lot of these people will be taken to task and probably indicted. Now, I'm saying a lot of things here. Might shock some people. But again, if you look around and you have your eyes wide open, you'll see the censorship going on in the media. You see the big tech, Twitter, Facebook, all these doing censorship, primarily to the conservative side. And I want to emphasize here, I don't look at this as conservative and Democrat. It's not. This is a bigger picture, and I've alluded to this before. This is really good versus evil. And I'm not saying that the Democratic Party is evil or the people that believe in it, but I'm saying there's a lot of leaders in that party, and on both sides actually, that have pulled the wool over our eyes as citizens for years, and it's coming out now, and it's going to come out. It's going to be very difficult time for a lot of people ahead. Okay, so I ask, these things said, what will you do if you support President-elect Biden? I'll be respectful. What will you do if he loses? How will you prepare yourself? What will you do inside? You have to think about these things. Because, I want to point out just some, so you have the blinders off. Remember, they were expecting a big blue wave, the Democratic Party. What happened? Didn't even take the House or the Senate. Look what the news is doing. I'm just saying, open your eyes, please. So you won't be surprised. It's time to wake up and leave some ideology. Because what's going to happen, I'm going to be talking much, much more about things. Next year, we're going into a golden age. As people, we are going to be unified as people. And there's going to be some wonderful, wonderful things happening ahead. But we're going through some really bad times ahead for a lot of people. And I'm not saying bad as in, we're all pretty safe, okay? But people are going to get caught off guard. It's that word that I call cognitive dissonance. When you believe in something so much and you'll see the truth right in front of you that your mind can't handle, people are going to have a very difficult time mentally. World War III was never going to be about bombs and bullets. No. It was going to be a war for our minds and souls. And we are in the middle of that. It's been happening. It's all connected. There is an active coup that's been going on in the United States now for a few years, and it's happening right now with this election. And here's a statement that I like to say. Everything we've been told is a lie. Now, I'm generalizing here, but that will keep that in your head when you start seeing things come down the road. So what's going to happen here is the power finally is going to be returned to the people down the road. We've never really had the power. It's the elected leaders. And when we are together, and I've said this before, as a people, unified, nothing can stop us. So right now, this illusion is being shattered, and we're going into this. It's not going to be a dictatorship. No, not as everyone's saying is President Trump. He will be president for another 4 years. And once all these things start coming out, we will see. There's been a lot of lies. And again, I'm telling you from my perspective. So what's going to happen is this election fraud. I'll tell you, the election fraud's going to come out. There's already arrests had been made since November 5th, from lowly poll workers to upper, and it's going to happen. And those arrests are going to get more and more. It's been covered up a lot, but as those arrests go forward, and the links from foreign interference into the election fraud into even more things that encompasses our whole lives or the world or the country. I'll be talking more about that. There's going to be arrests leading all the way to the top. And there's going to be a lot of truths revealed that are going to be shocking to many. But right now, I'm just saying, keep your grounding and find your peace. You can call me a complete, I've lost my mind, but it's been starting, and tomorrow, Friday the 13th, things will start happening. So let's see what happens. I'm telling you that this is what's going to happen from everything that I've seen. Don't listen to anybody trying to get you out in the street. So when this does happen, that it's revealed that President-elect Biden is not president, and that fraud and collusion has happened, there are factions already waiting to go out and riot in the streets. Don't go out there. They want to start a civil war. We, as a general public, will be protected, but they will be quashed faster than you can even see straight. This has been anticipated. Just remember that we are one. And once we get through this, we're going to do some remarkable things. And I'll be talking more about these things later. Now, I've already been attacked by a few people, and that's fine. I'm not here to try to, again, I don't have to prove anything. It's what I see. So be very careful. And if you're really bound into this ideology of President-elect Biden being the president, prepare yourself, because it's not going to happen. Sit back and watch. This next 2 weeks is going to be insane. And I'll talk more about it later. Prayers are with you.